Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my second video as part of the Young Moms Unite project, and it used to be called Teen Moms Unite, but now it's called Young Moms Unite, which is great because it can include more people obviously. Um, yeah, so I did the introduction video already, and I'll put the link below for you guys to check that out if you haven't already seen it. But this week, I think for maybe this week and next week, Channing and Sarah, the two girls that started the project, said that they want to do this week at least, I think maybe next week, as a sort of catch up for all the new moms that have kind of caught on to it. And I'm one of the new moms that have started, and I think that's a great idea because there's so many topics, and I really wanted to do at least a couple. So this week, or today at least, I'm going to be doing the video on breastfeeding versus formula feeding. Um, so I don't want to go into like crazy detail or history because I've done that in previous videos. But for those of you who do watch me, you kind of know my history with breastfeeding and the difficulties that Ava and I have had. But basically, breastfeeding versus formula feeding. Um, I'll start off with saying I'll just kind of give a brief history. Breastfeeding has been really difficult since she was born, basically, and she was born via C-section, and I didn't get to hold her until about an hour after she was born. So that already interfered with my plans because I really wanted her to latch immediately, but she didn't. So from day one, she had difficulties latching. No matter how hard I tried, I saw multiple lactation consultants, and I just couldn't get her to latch. So eventually she did latch, but it wasn't the greatest latch, and she kept sucking in air. So I started using a nipple shield. I used a nipple shield for the first 2 months, and I got mastitis twice, and I was told that the reason that I probably got mastitis was because when, I don't know if you guys know this, but when you use a nipple shield, um, it really interferes with your baby emptying your breast properly, um, which is probably why I was always feeding her constantly because she could never really empty the milk properly. So the nurse that I was seeing, really thought that that was why I got mastitis because I would just get so engorged she wouldn't be able to empty my breasts ever properly. So I think that's why. So anyways, I wanted to wean from the nipple shield to breastfeed normally for a number of reasons. One of them was because of the mastitis, obviously, and the other one was for those of you who have used nipple shields. Um, they're great for some moms who have flat nipples, inverted nipples, or the baby just doesn't latch properly. Um, but the dependence on it was just driving me nuts because I would have to keep it. I kept it in this like container case thing that I got from the hospital, and to keep it in there, and I'd have to bring it around with me in my diaper bag, and I'd need to make sure that it was clean. And sometimes she would pull off, and the nipple shield would come off, and I'd need to like put it back on, and then get her to latch. And um, sometimes it would drop, and if it drops and you're in an area where you can't wash it or clean it, well, that presents a problem. There were a few times actually. Uh, the nipple shield, I don't even know where mine is now. I have no idea, but because I haven't used it in like 2.5 months, but um, it's clear. And there were a couple times where I misplaced it, and it was a nightmare because I only had one, and to be that dependent on it for my baby not to be able to latch without it, and the few times that I thought I lost it, it was not a good situation to be in. So basically, I weaned her from the nipple shield at 2 months, and it took a week. And I was so happy. That was one of the biggest accomplishments. It was really difficult. It took a lot of patience, but eventually we did that. So we were breastfeeding, just straight up breastfeeding, but also formula feeding. Um, and to touch back on mastitis, I don't want to make this video too long. So I got mastitis twice. The first time I got it, she was 8 days old. She, I was put on antibiotics for 10 days, and it really upset her stomach, and she ended up losing a lot of weight. So I had to supplement her. It took 2 months for her weight to be stable, which is a really long time. for it to be stable. So I've been feeding her formula since, well, since the beginning basically, but I was feeding her more after she got sick. Um, so since day one, basically, I've been formula feeding and breastfeeding. And for my situation, I really don't see a huge problem in doing both because I've never been able to exclusively breastfeed, and I don't know if I ever will be. Well, it's my biggest goal right now, and I try every day. And I really try hard to get her to not bottle feed, but there's days where she just doesn't want to breastfeed at all. And it gets to a certain point where I can't just let her scream all day. I know some people say if you don't want her to bottle feed, just don't give it to her. Well, it's not so simple because she would scream for hours and hours if I didn't give her a bottle. So I have a rule. If I try and breastfeed her for about 30 minutes, if she keeps pulling off, she doesn't have gas, there's no other problems, like her diaper's not wet, and she still doesn't want to breastfeed, then I give her a bottle because sometimes she's just too tired. She doesn't want to work for it. She's just starving, and the milk isn't coming out fast enough, so a bottle is what she wants. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at. She's 4.5 months old today, actually, or no, 4.5 months old a couple days ago. But that's where I'm at. We bottle feed, and we breastfeed, and for now it's great. Some days it's really hard to get it evened out. I don't want to bottle feed her too much um, because I don't want her to completely, wean herself from breastfeeding. My hope is to My ultimate goal would be to exclusively breastfeed, sorry, before 6 months. If I could do that one day, if there's one day that I could get it where she didn't have any bottles, I would be so happy, even if it only happened once. My goal is that, and my goal is also, even if I don't exclusively breastfeed, I hope to breastfeed and bottle feed at least, I guess. But yeah, I hope to breastfeed still um, until 6 months. I hope that she doesn't, just keep refusing me and just want the bottle. I really hope to keep breastfeeding until 6 months. And if I make it to 6 months, then my next goal is 9 months. And then if I make it to that, then my next goal is 12. And who knows, if I happen to make it to 12, maybe I'll go longer. But that's what my goal is. Um, we've had so many issues breastfeeding, and there's been so many times where I just wanted to say, like, I just give up. It's too difficult, and I just don't want to do it anymore. But it's it's hard to explain. But I've I've come so far with her, and she's come so far. We've overcome so many obstacles that I feel like if I gave up now, it would all be worth. It all wouldn't be worth it. So I'm really every day is a struggle. I never know if she's gonna want to breastfeed all day or not. So it's really difficult, but it's worth it. Um, I want to try and accomplish my goals. I'm trying so hard. It's really difficult, but I'm trying my best. And yeah, so that's kind of our story on breastfeeding and formula feeding. I never bash formula feeding moms because I've been there and I totally know how it is. And um, I think that there's this quote actually I heard. It's every mom is different and every mom is right kind of thing. I think that's how it goes. But it's whatever you think is best for your baby is best for your baby because you do what you think is best, right? It's you're the mom, so um, yeah. So I just if I do make it to my goal of exclusively breastfeeding, I'm definitely gonna document it on this channel because it's gonna be an exciting day. But anyways, I just thought I would do that, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna make any other videos for Young Moms Unite this week, but if I do, I'll be uploading them soon. So thanks guys, bye.